Okay, it's me and my kinfolk. Cat, that is my MO.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Here's the rookie from Alabama, Will Reichard, ready to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he'll get this up to about the 40. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Cunningham looking to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete. You look at this defense for the Vikings. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now Charles is number 27 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And quickly to the outside, that's caught by Lamb. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 27 yards there, a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
They run with Ford. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Cunningham to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Townsend. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
He'll try again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air with McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And this will be a Vikings 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Here's McCarthy. And he whips that one incomplete there.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Throwing is McCarthy. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Now McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw McCarthy. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Chandler. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's 2nd and 7. McCarthy operating from the gun. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he bowls over him. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. Got an open man, that's David Njoku, the tight end. A gain there of 21 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some tough.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
That's complete to Chandler on the check down. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Back to throw. McCarthy. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. Here's Cunningham from the gun. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
He's got a man complete. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. An even 90 yards. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
21, Vikings 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
He finds his man, complete. That's Barrett. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. A play fake. Now Cunningham. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half.
A 42-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. In motion right is Addison. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now Cunningham. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Cunningham. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. That's good for 28 yards. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Browns are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
Vikings 3.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's down the field for Jefferson. And this throw will be intercepted. Across midfield. He's on his way. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Vikings 3.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Zadarius Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. This offense so far on third down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will at least be able to fall on it himself, but it was 4th down, and the possession changes. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Barrett. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here? And on that play, they did.
Touchdown! CeeDee Lamb from 3 yards out. And the Browns are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one.
25 yards there on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. 54 yards.
And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. powering his way forward. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Cunningham. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Barrett, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's Cunningham. And that is taken in by Njoku. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
52, Vikings 10.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy.
Dancing to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game